Hi all, it's Kylie from Kylie's Card Craft. Thanks for joining me again today. PPG, or Playing with Paper and Glue, Choose 6 Challenge. Must be the middle of the week again. We're back onto another challenge. So this time we're doing the Choose 6 Challenge from the Facebook group Playing with Paper and Glue. And it's week 10. So if you're joining along, we'd love to see what you're doing. Remember though, in your title somewhere, pop in hashtag PPG. I forgot the PPG last week. So hashtag PPG Choose 6 Challenge. Now this is week 10 and our prompts for this week. Remembering with this challenge, you can create anything you want, from a journal page, a tag, a card, be it a journal card or a normal greeting card, anything you like. But you need to include these prompts. So our 6 prompts for today are book page. That's going to be hard for me, isn't it? Vellum or tissue paper. I'm going tissue paper. Thread, twine or string. I've got some crochet cotton, which will do. Tree or forest. I'm going tree. Suitcase or trunk. And in amongst all my little bits, I found a trunk in one of my antique catalogues. So that's my trunk. They're our prompts. Write them down if you need to. Otherwise, go on to, well, they're the prompts that I've scun off Lynn, because she lovingly chooses all our prompts for us. Or you can choose your own out of the list. Now, the list are in the Playing with Paper and Glue Facebook group. Go over and check it out. Request to be brought into our group. I'm sure we'll love you, and you'll see that it's a fantastic group anyway. So come along and join us. You'll see each week that Lynn puts up one, and Jen from Jen's Arty Inclinations puts up one, and I put one up every week. And there are others that jump in and out and all the rest. So, but you'll see ours every week. I'm a little bit late this week. I think the others have got theirs up already. So, without further ado, let's jump onto it. So, book page. Book page, book page, book page. Book page. I've got 2 book pages that I've just ripped out of a book that I've got sitting here, that I've, from a gutted book where I'm making a new journal. And I've just trimmed them to size to start with, okay? So what I want are two pages. Now, what I want to do is, let me think. I want to fold this one down. So we've got it going landscape style. We're going to fold this corner right up into your corner, so that it comes down and touches the base down here, okay? Give that a little bit of a crease, keeping him as straight as you can. If he's not that straight, don't stress, don't fret, okay? There's one. With our other page, okay, we're going to do the same, but the opposite corner. So up here, making a nice little sharp corner, back down here so that this one is actually against your edge of your page. Give him a crease, like so. Give them a good crease. So if you've got a bone scorer around, score him with your bone scorer or something that's going to work to that effect. So I'm just using my glue scraper, which creases them really nicely. All right, what this will do is, what I've created is this, okay? What I want to do is fold this one in so that it's like that. And I'm going to fold this one in so it's like that. So what I've got is a little pocket. Now, it's up to you how wide you want this. For me, generally, for it to fit into most of my journals, I want them about 4.5 inches. So what I want to do with this one, so let's go midway, 4 1/4, I'm actually going to score and fold up there. Before I do that, I just want to put a little bit of glue just to tack that bit down. Just make sure my glues are working. Let's have a look, please, because I hadn't checked it before I left, before I started. Oh, no glue, no glue. Little bit of glue. Let's see how we go. Doesn't need much. There we go. Just to hold that down. A lot of it's going to be covered anyway, because I just want the book page as the base. Right. And down. Okay. So 4 1/4, which is about there. Might be a bit easier if I use my scoreboard. I've got mine sitting here somewhere in amongst all my mess. I've got so many projects on the go at the moment, but there's not much space left there. So let's just have a look, and I'll mark that with my pencil, just so that I don't go over the size that I want for this journal, that's all. So I'm going about 4 1/4. Sit that in. And because this is like an envelope punch board, it's not a full-size scoreboard, I tend to just use it to score, and I'll use this as my flat edge down the bottom. Now my pencil line I'll pop in the centre. If you don't have a scoreboard, don't freak. Just sit your ruler down there and fold it over your ruler. That'll work just as well. Alright, so I've got my crease line. Folding that over, making sure that this stays nice and straight. Okay? Down like so. Like that. There's one side. Our other side, which is going that way. Okay. This one will sit in here, going like that. This one will fold on this line, just here. So we'll do the same with that one as well. Give that a little bit of a crease line, just so I know whereabouts I'm folding him. Make sure he's nice and straight, which is why I'm not creasing it too much with my scorer. It's just very lightly, because if I've gone a bit wonky, I can realign it as I'm folding. Okay, so there's my crease line. I'm going to line up this line beautifully, or as close as I can to beautifully. And there. That's our basic shape. And we've made 2 of these, a right-handed one and a left-handed one. Or a right-handed one and a left-handed one. You know what I mean. This will attach onto here. Alright. This will fold over. And this one will fold over. And what we've got then, when you adhere it into your journal, you'll adhere this as a pocket. You'll have a pocket down there, a pocket down there, and then we're going to make an opening for this to open out. So there's my book page. Before I do that, before I adhere it all down, I want to put a little bit of tissue in here. I'm actually going to stick that bit down just a little bit further. So I'm using tissue paper, not vellum. That one's a bit better. All right. So, and the tissue paper that I've chosen is this one. So I can't remember where I got it. I had it for a while. But as much as I like the Eiffel Tower, I'm actually going to use these sections that are more just floral, the words, the butterflies, things like that. So this one's going to go in here. This one will go in like so on that one. And then I'm just going to have a little bit up the top of that. So we'll just cut that. I can find my scissors. I'll put a little bit on that first bit, and I'm just going to use my glue stick. So that's that one. Make sure I've got them around the right way. That one I'm going to need a little bit up there as well. So yes, so when you adhere that down, stick it all the way. Don't try to be scungy like me and just do little bits. Right, so we might just do that as well. So nothing gets caught. It's all then stuck down. There we go. Now it's stuck and it's not going to move. Lid in that. So I just need this little bit up here covered like that. So I'll just pull out my little glue book. And as I said, I'm just going to use my glue stick. Now I know that this is going to sit in here like that. So I really only need to go down to here. Well, not that glue. That one's nearly empty. I'm just going through so much glue at the moment. We'll just see how much of that we get. All right. I'll just stick that little bit on and then I can trim it up. Going back to my glue smoother. Right, turn him over, trim him up. If you want to have your book page with a border around it, just don't put your glue all the way, and then you can tear with your ruler, tear your tissue paper off. Make sense? All right, so that's that one. This bit I'm just going to chop off, like so. This one will sit on here like so. Have I got, oh, just look at that. Okay, so there's this bit on here. Now I want to cover this whole piece. So I reckon I'm going to need a bigger one than that. No, that'll work. But we'll just get rid of that very gluey section. And we better find the proper glue stick. I've got so many part ones. That's got a little bit on it. We'll see how we go. So this time we're just going to glue all of that. Just up to the side, because I want other things to cover the other edges. Down there. You could do this with Mod Podge, matte medium, any other glue you like. You could even use your normal white glue. Just water it down a little bit and then spread it across. So what I want is that section. It's going that way, isn't it? I'm just going to plonk him on and trim him up. Try and get it on straight. Would have helped if I'd trimmed this down to size a little bit first. Okay. All right. Turn that over. Trim that up a bit. Get rid of that one. I'm just going to do up some of these glues first. That one can just be sat over there. Ah, that's my fold line, because I don't want it over that fold line. I'm just bending him back on himself to trim him down to start with. Straight in there. And then across there. I'm just going to roughly do that so that it's out of my way. Now I can trim that up properly. Just make it nice and neat. Up along there. There's such beautiful tissue papers out. Every now and again you'll come across them and they're just... Because there's so much in a packet. They last forever. And I really, for the life of me, can't remember where I got this one from. All right. So what I have is that one. That's down there. And I have this one. Down in there like that. So now what I have is this. Okay. So technically I've got my pocket running down there. What I can do now is adhere this, this, and this with just my normal white glue. And to do that, the easiest way is to go down this corner, or this fold, because you can see where your fold line is, across the bottom, because that'll then make the pocket. And then because we not quite certain where exactly that bit's coming up, use this one and go down your folded side on this one. Okay? And then it's just a matter of matching them up. Right into your corner, across the bottom. Make sure this guy will fold with it in there. And give them a push. All right? There's that one. But when you actually adhere it onto your signature or onto your page, you'll go all the way from here, down, along, and back up, which will make this separate tuck in here, and then the other one down the back. All right, so there's that one. This one, I want front covers and I want back covers. Yes, it's all then been done in book paper, but the book paper is not actually showing, which is really strange for me, I know. So this one, what I want to do is with this, and I want these either side. Now, this is a 6-inch piece, so with any luck, let's have a look. If I just chop that in half, they should fit either side. So let's have a look. I'm going to put the scoring board away. We'll grab this, double check that that's 6 inches. So if I sit that there, it's a little bit under. So if I cut it just a really tiny bit under 3 inches, it should fit. All right, so I've got one side and I've got the other side, which are going to go, that's where it came, there, and they will just be adhered on, and then I can trim them off. Before I adhere them though, I want to make my closures. So if I do this side first, and what I want to do with this side is another bit of book paper, and I want some map, because the whole idea of this one for me is journey. So there's a little bit of something like that one. I'll tear this out. And this is an old street directory from Adelaide. Now I should be able to get, let's have a look at the ruler. Let's find another ruler because we can't find that one. What have we got? So I'm not going to get the two, oh, I will with the numbers as well. The numbers, no, I'm not going to get my 6 inches really. So I'm going to have to cut 2 of them. But I do like the numbers. So let's have a look. And your height there, if I go a bit over 3 1/4, up from there. Let's just get the trimmer. Trim off the bottom bit that we don't want. But I'm happy with the numbers, as I said before. So that's not sitting straight. So let's just sit that straight as well. That's fairly straight. So I've got these bits. And what did we say? 3 1/4. I need to go that way, don't I? Think about it, Kylie. So where was it? Bit over 3 1/4, I said. So take it down to that, which is 3 1/2. That gives me ample if it's not straight. And I want those numbers let's have a look. This is where trimmer works. So that's my first section. For my other side of my page, I still want my numbers up here because I like those, and that'll keep the 2 pages cohesive. Yep. And we wanted 3.5 again, don't we? I want that bit. So 3.5. Right. Now I'll see if we can make sense. This one I'm going to have in here, down there like that. And then I can trim the rest off. So we're just going to sit this on and glue that. I don't need to worry about my back because that's going to be adhered into my journal. So just running down the side of that fold line, that crease line. Trying to. And we want that one. So right into the corner and up there, down. Where's my glue spreader? And I'm just going to trim off the excess. Like that. If I can put you in there. Yep, look at that. Beautiful. Which is also making it a little bit more sturdy. And the same with this side. And this time we're going to use this one with my numbers up there onto that. So, get rid of that gluey piece. And gluing down here. Right, bit of glue. I think, yep. And which one am I using? That one with those numbers. And that's where the glue stick works a treat. I think that's where that fold is. Yep. The glue stick works a treat because you've got time to actually move it a little bit. Give that a good push and trim up that one. Up there. Oops. And up there. Right, there's those ones into my scraps basket. So now I've got this. What I want to do is put a closure on here. So what are we doing? Oh, 23. Oh, so organised. So with my closure, what I want to do is I want to punch out a circle, do my thread. So I'm going to do like a point envelope holder. Colour-wise, let me think. I could go into these brighter colours. I didn't actually pull out a colour for those ones. What have I got sitting here? There's bound to be something. I do have, all right. I've got that this one came out of. So let's just have a look at that. It's the only one I've got sitting right here. So, yeah. All right, for those of you that were floating around with me for the collage challenge last week, when I pulled this paper pad out, and now wherever I go, I keep finding sewing ones, sewing themed. Oh my word, they're just everywhere. That, butterflies. Why is it always so hard, you know? It's because we overthink things. And I think it's everybody's problem. We all just overthink them. Should really look at something I've already started chopping into, because I might just use the writing. Because then I'm not killing a whole new sheet that I might want lots out of later on, and all I've done is taken a circle out of. So let's just take our circles out of that. So I want 2 of those. Right, these ones I'm going to ink around, but just to define my edges. You'll notice I haven't inked anything else. Aren't you proud of me? Look at that. All right, that just also gets rid of the white edge on them. Now, I want one here. I'll grab my awl, and I better grab a piercing mat, because it just keeps it nice and flat that way. Let's have a look. I'm going to put a pencil mark of where I actually want it. So I want this one about here. About there. So this will go straight through. It's only soft at the moment. Need that one as well. In future, when you're doing this, pierce the lot together. Makes it easier. Right, and I want a brad. And I want a little black brad for this one. And I know I've got little ones in here. It's just a matter of finding them. There's one. And there's 2. Right. So, I'm just going to use those. That one's a bit well loved, I suppose would be the word for it. I'll put him in individually because he is well loved. And through there. And that's why we're going to cover the inside of this as well, because it just covers where our brad is. I don't want it too tight, because I want to be able to string, thread my string round, string my string through. Right, so if that's going there, my other one is going to go about here. Okay. About there. Set that on there, and this time I'll pierce the both together, which is what I should have done in the first place. It makes it easier. Give him a little bit of a stir, because this time we've gone through a couple of different layers, because it's further over. And it always helps if you've got fingernails as well. That's where I like prick mats, actually, because I can put it through and then put my brad all the way through as well. Like so. And then I can peel him off that way. That's so much easier. All right, I fold my brad down. Don't want to make him too tight. I want him flat, but not too tight. All right, now I'm going to cover this side. So as I said before, I've got one that'll fit here, hopefully. Yes, look at that. Fit in there beautifully. Get rid of that one. Cover up this one, get our glue, stick back out. Going up against my edge. Now, careful when you're going around that brad that you don't rip too much into your glue. Making sure you've definitely got it on the edges. Alright, so there's our first side. Pop that one down. Remembering you can ink any of this if you like as you go. Shuffle him over just a little bit. I don't want it too close because I want it still to want to fold nicely. If it's too close, it's going to make that fold a little bit harder to go over. Give it a good push. This is a cardstock this time, so it makes it a little bit sturdy again for us. All right, down here. And in there. And then our other side will be done exactly the same with the other side of the writing. Our writing then goes through. Are you going to fit? Close to. All right. Knob that over. And back in here again, close as we can to the edge without spreading glue all over that tissue. If you do, just wait for it to dry a little bit. Going around our brad. Like so. And we are that way this time. Matching him up. That one, and that one. There's a little bit of a gap in there. And I've got a little bit of glue going on in there. Give him a push. All right. Trimming that bit up. And there we have it. Right. So we've got that one, that one, that one. That will do up with our string. And yes, I know you're all saying, but Kylie, where's the tree? Well, oh, and my trunk, I need to adhere both of those on there, don't I? So let's have a look. Hang on. Slide that one around. That one's my main closure. I like that bit hanging down. And then this one will just, and I like to have them just like that. So that one I will just trim down there like that as well. My trunk I want on there. This one, what I actually want on there is part of a stamp. So I've already stamped onto my journal card. So it's just a piece of manila folder. I've stamped this stamp, so it's a darkroom door one, and it's still in my journey thing. So it's a bike resting against an old building with an old tree going up, and I want that to sit in here like that as an extra journaling spot. Remembering I've still got a pocket here and a pocket here. I just want this little one, and I just want to give him an edge because he's still, it was just white because it was out of a book. See, more book page. That was advertising, here we go. So it was just, you know, all the old things. So that's where my trunk came from. But then I put a little bit of antique linen oxide, distress oxide on it, and then a little bit of my distress ink in the brush corduroy on it just to tone it down. Yeah, get that starkness out of it. So I just want him on there. Just to, you know, grunge it up and make it a little bit more vintaged and all the rest. So I want him. See, so I had a little bit of a thought to start with. And I want him on there, like so. And what I want here is, I've been looking at some of my stamps and I wanted Journey Back in Time. And it was just too hard because I needed a stamp here, a stamp there, a stamp there. But then I came across this one with Life is a Journey. Keep your eyes not only on the destination ahead, but on the path you travel to reach it. But this section, Life is a Journey, is what I'm hoping will fit in here. Lovely. So that's this. And I'm hoping, against hope, that that will fit up in this top section. But I want to stamp it on a little bit of book page. So I'm going to go to my scraps bin and hope that I've got some old book page in here that's blank. That's coffee dyed paper. That will work at a push. But I'd prefer that old book page where, you know, you get these sorts of bits. Are you going to fit on that? yes, it would fit on that. So let's have a look at that. So we'll just get a stamping mat out, just a little one. And I'll need a block. I'm just making sure that this is lined up with that block, with the lines. And I will ink it up in the same ink that I used for this one, which was Fallen Leaves in my VersaFine Clear. Now, to do that, I'm going to need a piece of scrap. I'll just use this side. Just to make sure I don't get the rest of that. So I'm just going to put a piece there and a piece there, because all I want is this section. It's easier to do it when you're inking up your stamp than trying to mask around your little piece of paper, as in what you're stamping on. So let's have a look. I'll try it on this one, if it works. Now I'm going just below that. And we're going to hope that that's fitting on there. We'll soon find out. Always restamp it. Yes! Don't you love it when something turns out? Now let's see if it actually fits on there. Yes, it will. Right. So, do I want a tear, or do I want... Let's have a look. Just gonna, to start with, so that will fit in there nicely, won't it? Take a little bit of that off, just so that it's not too hidden. And this tears beautifully because it's from a really old book. So, might need a little bit more off there. How are we going to do that? So it's not quite on that angle. Carefully is how we're going to do that. Right. That's a better angle. And I just want to adhere that up into that. Alright. Okay, make sure we've got no sticky on there, because that will tear really easily with the glue already on the paper, because it is an old book. All right. About there. There we go. Right, so there's my Choose 6 challenge. I didn't need that one. We'll pop them away. Pop that one away and pop our brads back away. They go under there. So, this week's Choose 6 challenge for Playing with Paper and Glue Facebook group. We have book page. Well, book page, book page, book page. Vellum or tissue paper. Yes, we have our tissue paper. Thread, twine or string, which we've got here for our opening. Tree or forest. Yeah, got a tree. Got my tree in there. Okay. Suitcase or trunk. So, and it just gives you an idea of something else to create. So you've got your pocket there. Once it's adhered in your journal, you'll have your pocket back there as well. So technically, we've got our challenge going. And that one will just do up like so. How's that? I hope you've all enjoyed this one. I hope you've got something from it. And please, as I said before, come over to our Playing with Paper and Glue Facebook group. You'll enjoy everything going on over there. Come and see some of our very clever ladies that are in there. And I look forward to seeing some of your projects. Thanks for joining me again this time, guys. Till next time, happy crafting. Bye.